Hello, my little ninjas. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News, and welcome to your latest edition of Men in Black. Follow me everywhere. I am wanting to share a little bit of stuff with you here because there's things going on that are not right, and one of the things that's going on is the censorship of the show that we did last night. So let me show you that. This is the show that we did last. Actually, that's not it. The show we did last night was this show. Where'd it go? Oh, no, it's right there. That's the show we did last night. Do you believe that there are UFOs that come from other planets, right? Which, that's all we really talked about. Every fucking show, almost, I talk about how we have to burn down the motherfucking government. We have to take it. We have to take the government back. And I get kind of passionate about it, and we do it, and it's not like, oh, you're way beyond community guidelines, but we do a show about UFOs, and right up here you see it says we set "Do you believe there are UFOs that come from other planets?" live call-in show to private due to community guidelines issues. It is not currently visible to other users, right? And now normally it would give you an option to respond, right? It says, well, if you don't agree with this, let us know and we'll review it again. But that's not what they give, right? So you see that? I go here to click on review, see what I can do, and it just goes to the show, which is now marked private, which means, nobody can see it basically except for me. And I showed you last week, let's see, this is the "Do you believe that there are UFOs that come from other planets" live call-in show, which has been censored and set to private by the Men in Black. And then I showed you last week that we had a video that was age restricted. And may be prosecuted. Oh, this was the British soldiers may be prosecuted for war crimes committed in Iraq. Now, again, this is what they age restricted this video. This is a BBC video, news video, nothing out of line at all. Review content. See, review not available. See, now that's because you have so much time to respond, and I guess they decided that I don't get a chance to review it. I don't know, but I showed last week they actually did have a response to allowing me to view it. See, now they're not letting me view it for whatever reason. It's just like, oh yeah, you don't get a challenge whether or not the British soldiers are evil for committing war crimes. You don't get to challenge that, okay? And then that's age restricted, right? And then there's the important notice. We believe that let's see, we've set "Do you believe there are UFOs that come from other planets" live call-in show to private due to community guidelines issue. It's not currently visible to other users. So I wanted to make you sure that you knew that this was not my doing. And also I wanted to respond to Manny, who was telling me last night that, how come the Men in Black don't show up at your door? And I explained to him that I have street creds. And he's like, oh, does that mean that you sell drugs or you pimp whores? I'm like, you're thinking of a different street, dude. And and they don't come to my door, as I explained to Manny, but they do keep very close track of everything that I make happen in the world. And in doing so, when I talk about UFOs, I think they get very nervous. Hello, caller.
Speaking of the devil,
What now?
going? Speaking of the devil, how's it going?
Okay.
It's me, Manny.
What's happening, Manny?
Well, you're talking about me.
Yes, I am. You're like calling me a pimp and a drug dealer. I said, no, no, no. You're thinking of, because I have street creds. I'm telling you, you're thinking of a different street, dude.
Oh, well, depends. Some people have like a secret and they're very low profile. Some others are like songs, pop songs to be singing about them. Like the
You're just thinking of a different
famous
street.
Mexican narco songs
That's
or
all.
narco corridos. But what happened though? So you got blocked because you talk about UFOs, or maybe because there was something else in the conversation that you were not supposed to talk about?
I don't know, maybe it was the, let's see, maybe it was the fucking, X-Files music. How the fuck do I know, Manny? No, they're not telling me what it was. That's the part that really bothers me about this whole community guidelines thing, is that they're not being specific about what it is that I did to violate community guidelines. So how do I know that I'm not going to do it next show? You know what I mean? If they don't tell me what it is I'm doing wrong, meanwhile I'm screaming about, the government, and that we need to take. So, but if we talk about UFOs, oh, that's crossing the line, man. We don't like it when you do that, Mike.
Well, it is what it is, Max. I mean, you are a very interesting person.
Man.
And I would not be surprised if they actually, I don't know, they actually do something against you because you like UFOs.
They do something. Honestly, I think that it was because I was talking about that one, my experiences with UFOs, and that there's something in the discussion that I made happen that they did not like. It's not so much, Steve McClanahan doing an interview with an alien or what other people had to say. I think, being real specific about my personal experiences, I think that bothered him a lot.
Why do they have to censor anyway? So, I mean, wouldn't it be that obvious that, like, oh, we're just hiding something about it, though?
We're just
Do they actually
talking.
do
That's
it?
all we did yesterday was talk, and they somehow...
Yeah, I mean, let people entertain the idea that there might be aliens out there, though. But why do you have to censor things? That can create more suspicion.
Yeah, right? That's what
Yeah, I mean, they're making it obvious. They're making it obvious. If they actually want to actually hide the fact that there are aliens in the war, you can see them like Alex Jones, like oversaturated with crazy stories about aliens, though. And when they're oversaturated, though, people are not gonna be able to actually differentiate between fact and noise.
Look, I just want to have a discussion with people about what it is that I understand, and maybe if we can come together and talk about certain things, that we can all come to a better understanding. Okay? And I just found it. Hi, Jackie Cat. I just found it interesting, that the Men in Black have chosen this particular video to give us a hard time about. That's all. I find that very interesting.
Here's another following question, Mark. How do you know that this is the work of the Men in Black?
Everything is the work of the Men in Black. Manny, are you new today or something?
I heard about the Men in Black because Will Smith used to play one.
Yeah, but
back in the early 2000s.
that's not the same Men in Black. So,
So, okay, explain to me, because you're more wiser than me, who are the Men in Black? What are they responsible for? What do they do?
The Men in Black are a very shadowy fucking figure, okay? They come out of nowhere, you don't see them coming, and they say, hello, we are here to talk to you about this. And the government would appreciate it if you don't talk about this, or they just scoop you off and take you away. But it's very rare that they actually contact people. If they can do things like this, where they just censor, from saying things that they don't want you saying on large social media platforms. I mean, mostly they leave me alone. Because they, like I said, Manny, they just pay real close attention to what I do. They don't want to fuck with me too much because, like I said, they know where I'm coming from.
Now, could it be this one of those infamous gang stocks that I hear a lot from schizophrenic people?
I don't know what you're saying.
Stock. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to. It's called gang stalker or gang stalking. It's a novel persecuted belief system whereby those affected believe that they are being followed, stalked, or harassed by a large number of people.
Yeah, I don't think I'm being followed by a large number of people. Well, a few different governments, but not people in particular.
It's called gang stalking. It's kind of like and usually people who are schizophrenic suffer that. I don't know, Mark. I mean, you broke a lot of pot.
Yeah. I eat 5 times more.
Oh, that's great.
I know, right?
Maybe,
Manny, I thought you believed the Bible, dude. You just pick and choose the Bible when you want to believe in it and not when you don't. I know God's a complete fuck up. What happened to my live stream?
No, what I'm saying is that maybe you are a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say paranoid or like schizophrenic because of your consumption of the devil's letters. And that's feeling some sort of gang stalking feeling, like you think you're being gang stalked.
Hey, man, hey, you're not going to put down the goddess, okay? Big part of what's wrong with our society, with Western culture, is the drug war. They've vilified people for doing something that's completely normal and natural throughout human history. And now you're a fucking criminal if you do it. So you should really pull your head out of the ass and stop acting like you love the police state, Manny. Because that's pretty fucked up.
I'm not trying to shame you. All I'm trying to say is maybe there's something in your consumption that is causing this schizophrenic belief that there's some guys dressed in black trying to tell you not to talk about certain things.
Okay. Thanks for your diagnosis, Manny.
I'm just making. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist.
I just play one on YouTube. Go ahead.
But I'm just expressing my opinions of what I think is going on. I never encountered this Men in Black. I've seen movies about it.
Yeah, Manny, are you like a high-profile public figure?
I wish I was.
Well, I doubt that because it's not an easy life.
But I wish I was, so I don't know, I can be famous and start like go hanging out with the cool people because all the high profile celebrities are high profile. And
yeah, but they're not all cool, so don't attach that to them. They're not cool people.
Anyway,
they're dicks.
I mean, I would like to go out and date Taylor Swift. She's like
well, maybe you should try a little harder. Have you tried to engage Taylor Swift? I understand she's very approachable.
Well, she looks very approachable, though. But she got like a security.
She looks like a fucking anorexic stick who needs to eat a fucking cheeseburger, dude. That's what she looks like.
Well, for me, she's like the perfect American girl.
Okay. That's pretty funny, man. What's that?
Who's your celebrity crush?
I have lots of them.
So do I. Mine is Taylor Swift.
Okay, good. That's great, Manny.
It's cute. I would like to have babies with her. I have families and babies.
I would just like to know what she smells like.
That's a good one as well. I know that's the one.
All right, Manny,
Yeah, no,
it's good to hear from you. You should try a little harder with the Taylor Swift thing and not being such a big supporter of the police state. And I wouldn't be diagnosing too many of your friends. People don't like that.
All I'm saying much is maybe just the devil lettuce is castigos.
Yeah, no, you're saying something. Manny, when you say the devil's lettuce, you're saying something very different from when you say, all I'm saying is that I care about you. Not by saying the devil's lettuce, you don't. So you know.
Well, that's all I have to say about it.
Okay, Manny.
All right, man, take it easy.
All right, call back soon. Bye. Okay, so you're welcome to call. I really wasn't planning on it being call-in show. I see that the telephone number's up there. I do have another page on the rumble.com, and I wanted to make sure that you knew about that page in case anybody is interested. There's the URL right there. Let's see. And here is the URL right here. Usually it automatically uploads my daily post to YouTube. So you can see there's a lot of it here, our live shows. But it takes a minute to download these 2-hour, 3-hour shows. And it doesn't seem like they do it as fast as they could, Rumble. But I have captured the video from last night, and like I said, they're usually automatically uploaded to the Rumble Mox News page, but that one didn't make it because YouTube pulled it down too fast. They pulled it down like that. I'm sorry, the Men in Black. So if you would like to see, if you'd like to be subscribed to the other Mox News channel on another format, it's right there, boys and girls. And I am more than happy to see you over there. You know that I believe it's always better when you're here. You know that. So, or when you join us, when you're part of what we have going on at Mox News. As I've said over and over and over again, you are the most important part of Mox News. So, if you'd like to comment on any of these shows, on any of the videos that Mox News post without massive censorship from the Men in Black, which we see every single day comments being censored, if you'd like to comment on them, you can find them here at the Rumble for Mox News. Rumble/Mox News, okay? Rumble.com/Mox News. That's where all the Mox News videos go, except for the one that got censored by the Men in Black last night. So in case anybody's interested, we got that going on. Now, the other thing I wanted to do this evening is I want to do a bong hit with you all, because we're not getting enough of the devil's lettuce, are we, Manny? We need more devil's lettuce. Because you know that it's driving you all into a state of psychosis. All we have to do is ask Dr. Manny. That's how we will refer to Manny moving forward, as Dr. Manny. Please remember, boys and girls, I'm sorry, my little ninjas, because we want to make sure and give Dr. Manny the respect that he has coming. Okay? Now, I think we should have a bong hit, and then we should do something else. I was gardening today. That was very nice. It's a beautiful day here in Seattle, and whatever else is going on in the world. I can tell you that that's happening, and I'm going to start some more seeds tonight. So I'm going to try. I'm not going to promise. But try and get some video made of it. So because I'd really like to share that with you too. Really would. Besides a nice fat bong hit, I'd really like to share some gardening. So hopefully we'll be able. I hopefully will get done videos of my outdoor summer garden, because I really want to do that. I really want to. You all are the greatest, and this one is for you. Holy moly. All right. So I didn't turn the lights on in the studio. I don't know why. I was like, oh, you got to turn the lights on. And then I sat down and started looking at the screen, and there was all these things. I was like, oh, we got to set this up. We got to get this just right. Now, also a good reason to subscribe to this page is because I have the ability to live stream from that page. And I was going to live stream the UFO hearing in Congress earlier. I was going to live stream that, and I didn't get things set up and in place in order to do that. I need a little bit of help from Craig, and he was busy, so he told me that he will help me in the next day or so. So I will begin live streaming to that Rumble Mox News page, because they're not gonna fuck with me on a C-SPAN live stream. They're not gonna fuck with me. YouTube, okay, so YouTube. So here's my channel, right? They did that's the British soldiers one. They did where the fuck is this at now? There we go. Okay, so they did the British soldiers maybe tried for war crimes, for torture, basically, in Iraq, and that one they set to age restriction. So you can see it there. That's the British soldiers prosecuted. Okay, and they set the age restriction on that one. And on this one, the live show that we did last night, they made it so that, they said that the show violated community guidelines. So it's been set to private. It's currently not visible to other users. And there's something here that I wanted to show too. So this is the other one that they did. This is a C-SPAN hearing. Let's see if I can move this over here. Where's that at? Okay, here's a C-SPAN. This is the one warning that I have of community violations. This doesn't go away, and you're allowed 2 more community guideline violations, and then they kick you the fuck off of YouTube. So I have the warning, which doesn't go away. If they give me another copyright community guidelines violation, I know Jackie Cat was saying that she thought that they damn it. She thought that the reason they might have pulled the page was because of copyright, the show last night. But it wasn't because of copyright. It was because of something that we talked about, or something that was talked about on the video. I'm not sure. They don't explain it. That's the problem, okay? You know, on this one, this is the war crimes one. You click it, and you have the option to review it. That was a couple weeks ago. They won't let me review it now. But this one, you click it, and there's no option. It just goes to the content, set to private. Nobody gets to look at it anymore, okay? So... But this one is the active community guideline. They called it a strike there, but this is a warning. The warning doesn't go away. The community guideline strikes are active for like 90 days, and then they go away. It might be longer, not positive, but and I did appeal this one. I wanted to make sure you saw that part. Where are we at here? See, it says I appealed and it was rejected. Okay, this is a C-SPAN hearing. Ukraine ambassador testifies at Donald Trump blah blah hearing. Right? So, and they said somehow that that's a community guidelines violation. Right? So, community guidelines. This is a violation of our community guidelines. Okay? So. This is how the fucking YouTube works. Okay, there's no reason that could possibly be a community guidelines violation. This fucking hearing from C-SPAN, just not possible. Now, the show we did last night about UFOs, you know, the show is titled "Do You Believe There Are UFOs That Come from Other Planets?" I don't see how that's a violation. And then we talked. That's basically all we talked about. You guys know the shit that I talk about every day. That, you know, I mean, people who are not getting it will just, like, their hair would be on fire, you know? But you can't even see me anymore. I'm gonna go turn on the lights real quick. But this stuff with talking about UFOs, all of a sudden that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Tell me why that's a problem. And they don't tell you shit. They don't say, oh, the problem is this. Oh, the problem is that. They just go, yeah, this is not acceptable to our community guidelines, right? Not acceptable to community guidelines. We're stopping people from watching it. Why? I don't know. And I guess I'm not going to. Which is really messed up because, not just because we didn't do anything over the limit, right? I know it. I don't know. And that's the problem. But I think it's what I was talking about. But the problem is I don't know. So I can't go, okay, well, we're going to talk about this again, but we can't talk about this part of it because if we talk about this part of it, nobody's going to get to see the video. But I don't know what this part of it is because they don't tell us. It's just like, oh yeah, you can't talk about that. Okay, what is it we can't talk about? Because clearly the videos we were using were from YouTube. You know, here's... UFO videos, and you can't talk about that. Why? Anyways, I wanted to make sure that you knew that I didn't mark this video private for some ridiculous reason, like, you know, like I said something foolish and I don't want other people to hear about it. As I said, you have the Rumble page as an option. This is the Mox News Rumble page. It's rumble.com/Mox News. Okay, there's a clickable link here somewhere in the chat, right? So if you, I will upload this video later. I was going to upload it before the show, but I downloaded it from YouTube, the video last night about UFOs, our call-in show about UFOs and coming from other planets. I downloaded it today, but but it took forever. It was like 1.5 gigs, right? That should take 5 minutes, I think, less than 5 minutes. And it took over an hour to download it. So I think that's another way, for whatever reason, they want to fuck with me. I've downloaded other videos from, the content files. And, see, when you go here, right? That's not it. Where's the content at? It's right here somewhere, I thought. Anyways, when you go to the content, right, there's this section, that shows all your videos, and then over here it shows you options. You can't see that. Why can't you see that? Oh, wrong page. That's why that wasn't there. Where's this at? Not that one. There, see? Okay, so here's the one. Here's the one. Right? Here is, let's see. Okay, so there's the one that we did last night. Here's the one we did the night before. Oh, man. What a pain in the ass. Let me do this again. Over here. Go like this. Okay. So, here's the one from last night. Here's the one we did the night before. See, it says download. So, I went there to download, and it took fucking forever, man. Like, oh yeah, well, you're going to have to pay to get this video. So, I am just wanting you all to know what happened, because I don't like this, and that show last night actually kind of meant a lot to me. It was kind of personal, and I don't like that I shared and they said, oh yeah, you can't share that. So I'm uploading it to the Rumble, and we'll see if the Men in Black follow me over there, right? Because then we'll know for sure, won't we, Manny? So I hope some of you will follow me over there and be able to watch that video from last night that YouTube doesn't want you to watch. This video right here, where it says, do you believe there are UFOs that come from other planets? Live call-in show. What do you think? That's what we did last night, and for some reason, that's over the line. That is beyond community via. Let's say it says. Let's see. Due to community guidelines issues. It doesn't say violation. It says community guidelines issues. You see that right there? Right? These are violations over here. We have one for a C-SPAN fucking hearing. And then here, it's those are the violations, and this is a community guidelines issue. So, or it says issues. The fuck, YouTube? Is like all my videos, all our live shows gonna be that now? I can't believe they haven't done that with the other ones, honestly. But I watch this every day. Every day I see this. And we have the two, as I showed you the British one last week. And I was just really surprised. I came here today because I look at this part right here to see the show from last night. And I was like, how come that show's not there? And I see this over here and like, what the fuck? So I investigate a little more, and I was like, okay, I got to set a live show to make sure everybody else knows what happened. Let's see. Did what now? I did think for a hot second maybe you had thoughts of saying that you saw. But then I thought, nah. I'm not at all ashamed of what I do. If that's what you're saying, then I might have somehow backtracked. I don't even think about retracting things that I say, or hiding things that I say, or just making it so that other people can't view it. If that's what you're asking, Judge Chat, I don't think about that. That doesn't cross my mind at all. Because I'm not, I've said a lot more than this. And I just want to share. So what now? Now I go have some dinner? I don't know. I have gardening to do still. Do I? I don't know. What would you like to do now, Katrina? Do you have some suggestions that might be fun? Because I'd love to hear them. This is where I'm at, and I didn't, again, I just wanted to make sure you knew what was going on, that I wouldn't censor stuff like this, especially things that everybody participated in. I don't, I don't want to go, I don't want to grab hold of these things and say, this is okay, that's okay. I've talked about this a lot. If there's something that we're not supposed to allowed to talk about right now, I say, all right, so you're really pushing it, and I don't want to lose the page. The page means a lot to me. All the people on the page mean a lot to me. All the videos on the page were hand selected by me to make sure they were of value to you and the world. Over 11,000 videos on this one YouTube page, which already has the community guideline violation, which the one that won't go away. So, I push the limits, I think. I really do, and that's where I can't imagine being anywhere else. This is really important to talk about stuff that affects us all. And for you to be a participant in that discussion. And that's why I do what I do. And that's why I did what I did last night. Again, what I did last night, I think the majority of it, even though all we talked about was UFOs, the majority of it, again, as every night, night after night, was about the government. So I know the 2 video clips I played weren't really about UFOs. They were about the government silencing information about UFOs. And they were mainstream. It was Vitter and Kennedy. So those are very mainstream at the moment. Pretty much as mainstream as it gets. So I was really surprised. And but I don't know, if you I don't get it. Maybe, the one thing that I thought was I was talking about that UFO, the one that I have seen before. It's not that one, but it looks somewhat similar to that. And I was talking about it flying over at a very low altitude, and I was actually talking about it when we had a live caller last night, and that caller immediately said, "Oh, that's CG." And I was like, yeah, well, let me finish what I'm saying, okay? And I was like, that video right there, I have seen a craft that looks exactly like that. And I was thinking, that's what they don't want, is everybody who sees that video goes, oh, that's CG. So, and this is what they want. They want people to go, oh yeah, okay, I know, I saw that video too. When you say, hey, I saw this thing and it looked like this, they go, yeah, I saw that video too. But I was saying, no, I don't think that's CG. Might be. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. There's a good chance that it is, but I don't think it is. So, and they might not have liked that, among other things, I don't know. I was thinking, Brandon was talking about the UFO was coming out of the ocean and stuff. I think we played a video that was like that too, but it wasn't, Brandon was talking about him shooting up kind of straight into the sky. And, who knows what that is? Well, he didn't really say it straight up. He said they come up out of the water and they sit there and then they go straight up out of the sky. So maybe it was that. Maybe you're not allowed to talk about that. You know, I really would have liked it if all the phone callers would have been about their experiences. You know, but it got a little sidetracked here and there. But I thought it was great. I really liked that show. I liked that we weren't focused so much on the government. You know, it was about the government and about the fact that the government's lying to us, but it wasn't so much, you know, the evil. Well, it was. They're evil. I can't get beyond that. But that wasn't the point of the show. That's all I'm. All the other shows that I do, pretty much that's the point of the show. And it was nice that that wasn't the point of the show. So I felt I was happy, you know, that we. Because I keep thinking, man, it'd be nice if we didn't have to talk about the government every fucking night. And we talked about UFOs. And still, it was kind of about the government. But somehow. So, if I want to talk more about, you know, stuff, then it might be tricky to do that. Oh, that's the British one. Because it seems that they don't want us talking about stuff, I guess. So, and this is the thing that bothers me, you know, is I want to come out here and I want to talk about stuff. I mean, what is it we're allowed to talk about? Can I talk about, you know, what are the ingredients in hot dogs? And then we'll eat a whole bunch of different hot dogs and see which ones taste the most chemically or, you know, whatever. Or what? I mean, I've seen them censor the people talking about growing marijuana, cannabis, flowers, growing flowers. That was the video I made after they censored like all the cannabis people off of YouTube. The growers, a bunch of reviewers, but all the growers were kicked off, like 95%. And I made a video titled that they're, you know, YouTube censored people growing flowers, something like that. Bans people growing flowers. But it was so simple and basic that, you know, these people are gardening. You know, what is it? What is it you're going to censor next? You know, people trying on shoes? That would make such a good YouTube page. Oh my God! You just go to the shoe store, and you just try on shoes. I am fucking brilliant. Someone should get on this, okay? You don't have to have your camera on your face or anything. You don't have to have it so that any of the people that you talk to are on face, you know, their faces or anything on, or that you're like showing the logos of the store. You just go in and you just try on shoes. And you look at them in the mirror, and you walk in them, and you just film the shoes the whole time. Fucking brilliant. Oh my God. Do you know how many millions and millions of views that would get? I am so fucking brilliant. If I just wasn't so humble, you know, I would be making more things like this happen. Is that where we should go next, Jackie Cat? Trying on shoes. I love that idea. So fucking, I'm telling you, if this hasn't been done already, you just go into different stores and you try on different shoes. Millions of views. Millions. People would love that. Wouldn't they? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Unless YouTube is like a dying thing, you know. Which I can't tell. It may be at this point, you know, if they're censoring us talking about flying saucers, you know, there's something critically wrong at YouTube. which has been that way. It's obvious, you know, they're taking down people that are getting millions of views. They're censoring RT, the most watched news channel on YouTube. You can't even get it on YouTube anymore. The most watched news channel. Do you think they watched it? The people, all the people who tuned into RT, RT slash YouTube slash RT, right? Do you think all the people who tuned into that, millions of people tuned into that, do you think that they tuned into it because they just love Russian propaganda? Do you think that's why they tuned into it? Okay, because there might have been some Russian propaganda on there, but I used to watch RT every day, and I it was some of the best news there was, and I can't tell you a single piece that I watched that was propaganda. As where when you watch fucking mainstream media and there's no alternative voices. There's no people talking about anything except for we have to get the vaccine to everyone, and there's this many people that have been vaccinated and everyone needs to get out there, and now we're doing it for children. Make sure and get your children vaccinated. And no one's allowed to say anything else. And in the mainstream, you don't hear anything else. In the local news, you don't hear anything else. And you know, I guess that's one of the things that they're trying to censor, is that they don't want an alternative voice when it comes to Ukraine, Russia. Russia is evil. Get it through your head, folks. Russia is fucking evil. And that's all there is to it. You're all just brainwashed because you've been listening to this goddamn Russian propaganda for years now. And you're supposed to be listening to our propaganda and letting it brainwash you. What the fuck, people? There. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Anyways, like I was saying, last night's show was really awesome, and I really enjoyed making it with you, and I was really frustrated to see it not be there, or it's there, it's just not available for anyone else to see for no apparent reason. And they didn't tell me why. So, if you want to see it, I'm going to upload it right after this to the Mox News Rumble page. It's right there. Because I can, and I'm damn certain they won't censor it. And I've been thinking about uploading a fuck ton of videos here because, I don't want to fuck with YouTube, and I don't want to fuck with the 11,000 plus video archive that I have in place. Every video hand selected, every video selected because they're worthy of your time. So, maybe we'll just move to here. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if you'd like to join us there anytime soon, I have that URL posted in the chat. It's a clickable URL. You can go right over there, and if you would like, you can subscribe, and that would be great, just in case this page disappears. There's no reason for it to disappear. I've been very careful about it not disappearing, but this is a violation for playing a C-SPAN live hearing. This is a violation for playing a C-SPAN hearing on YouTube. And it's a community guidelines violation strike. It's the warning strike. They give you 3 warnings, but the first one you can't get rid of. You can't. You can appeal it. Obviously, I appealed this one, but you can't. It doesn't expire. The other ones expire after like 90 days or something. Maybe 6 months. I'm not positive. Some of this shit's like 6 months, or it used to be. Who knows what the fuck it is now. That being said, thank you so much for participating in the show. It's always better when you are here. And we're doing this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And like I said, you guys are what make this show great. Worthy. You're what make the show worthy. If it wasn't for you, I'd have no point in doing the show. None whatsoever. That's how valuable you are to the show. That being said, we do this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. And who knows what other day, at what other time, which means we'll be back on Tuesday, same Mox time, same Mox channel, or maybe we'll be back sooner. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a live show over on the Mox News Rumble page. Don't want to miss out on that, right? I have the ability to live stream over there. I even have to pay for it, and I paid for it so we can do it. So, and I'm working on the details of that now. But I just want you to know, again, that there'd be no reason to do this without you. So, thank you for that. Okay, we'll see you next week, I hope, because it's always better when you're here. Stay cool till then. It's so much easier that way.
I mean, this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together, and they don't attack each other. They stay united. I wish the coalition of misfits, and they cobble together, and they don't attack each other. They stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together, and they don't attack each other. They stay united. Coalition of misfits.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
I mean, this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. I wish the coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits.